Welcome back. 19 tiny newborns will one day have quite a story to tell.
They will indeed. It'll be about how they survived Hurricane Laura, thanks to a team of heroic nurses who stayed behind to care for them while the fierce storm raged outside. We're going to speak with some of those nurses in just a moment. But first, NBC's Morgan Chesky has the story.
1 week ago, it was a desperate race against time. Hurricane Laura on track to become a dangerous Category 4, with forecasters predicting an unsurvivable storm surge. Tabitha Fawcett was in the Lake Charles Women's Hospital, recovering from a difficult C-section. Her 2-day-old daughter, Whitley, tethered to a ventilator.
The nurses just came in and were like, hey, we just got an update. Due to the anticipated storm surge and the weather, we have to get y'all out of here.
In an hours-long operation, the neonatal intensive care unit team transferred the fragile newborns to a hospital on higher ground, along with the crucial equipment to keep them alive.
Transferring 19 babies, critical infants, even just across town is a big ordeal.
That night, as Laura's fierce winds howled outside, a team of nurses, respiratory therapists, and a doctor huddled inside and watched over the tiny infants.
The whole building is moving.
You can feel it.
You can feel the building shaking.
You can see stuff flying out there.
And in the middle of the terrifying ordeal,
You're in the room and the windows are rattling and the building is shaking. It was a little bit disturbing, frightening.
updating worried parents on Facebook all night long.
That reassurance right there, that really helped me get through the night for sure.
Everyone surviving unhurt.
Besides being afraid and distressed, we didn't go without anything, and the babies didn't even realize there was a storm going on.
Tell Mommy hi.
The parents eternally grateful.
Without them, we wouldn't have kept our sanity. It was rough, but because of them, we were able to really pull through.
To those who helped their precious newborns weather the first storm of their young lives. For today, Morgan Chesky, NBC News.
Oh, we've been waiting for you guys. Joining us now, the staff from that NICU at Lake Charles Memorial Hospital for Women. We've got Leah Upton, the NICU director. Chrissy is a nurse practitioner with the unit. Welcome, guys. We're so happy to see you. I want you, Leah, just to give us a little bit of a play-by-play, if you wouldn't mind. That when you were trying to move those tiny babies, some weighing a couple of pounds or less, that 300 pounds of equipment for each child across town, that must have been very taxing in and of itself.
Yes, it was pretty exhausting for our staff, but I tell you, we couldn't have done it without all the help from the women's campus and pediatrics, from getting everything settled here and helping us move it up there.
Chrissy, first of all, bless you and bless every last one of you there. What an incredible job you did. You really are saints. But what was it like inside that hospital? You get to Lake Charles Memorial, the hurricane moves in, you're there with all these babies, these tiny babies who don't even have their own moms there with them. What was it like to be inside as that storm came through?
Sure, it was pretty terrifying, just the wind and the water coming through, but our focus was these babies. We wanted to make sure all of them were taken care of, just like we would take care of them at the main campus, whether there was a storm or not. So that was our main focus, so it kind of went fast from there because we had so many babies to take care of.
Chrissy, you guys kept your spirits up that night. You had to somehow keep all that fear at bay, and as I understand it, some music played a small part. Tell me about that.
Yes, one of our nurses, Allison, had a playlist full of just like praise and worship music, and we just blared that. We were all singing. It was kind of trickling down the hallways, and it just kept some calm and peace for us during this time.
And I know what's difficult in a situation like this. I know a lot of you guys are moms. You have kids of your own, and you're probably concerned about, wow, what are they doing at home? Leo, tell us a little bit about what that part of the story was like.
Well, no one wants to be separated from their family during a time like this, but my 4 children evacuated with my husband, so I knew that they were in safe hands. I just couldn't imagine what these children, the mothers of these babies, felt during this time because their babies were here. They had to put a lot of trust in us to take care of them.
Chrissy, how did the babies themselves do? You have these 19 precious newborns. How did they do through the storm?
They did very well, probably better than us. They slept through the whole thing. that we maintained, you know, their equipment, the respiratory stuff they needed, and they did fine. They slept through the whole thing.
How long did this whole thing take, guys, from when you started the transfer process through the night? Things calm down, you get the 19 babies back to other hospitals with running water. When you finally got home, how long was your day at work?
About 48 hours for me. Some a little bit shorter because we let some of them go home once some of the babies were gone, but 48 hours for some.
Well, thank you guys. That is amazing.
Yeah, you guys are incredible. I mean, the stories you guys put mattresses up to protect so that the windows wouldn't shatter on the children. You all did it all. You went above and beyond like we knew you would. So thank you guys so much. We want to thank you, Leah and Chrissy. And will you give a hug to that whole NICU department behind you because they're all incredible people.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much.
Great job, guys. Thank you.
Nice work, everybody. That's
Thank
incredible.
you.
Amazing.
Imagine being the
Thank you
parent,
so
and that
much.
night
Thank
you
you.
have a baby in peril.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're going to Facebook to get, wait, is everything okay?
Yeah.
And think about when you look at the number of wires, how they're, you know, just all of the things that those children need, nourishment, and those
Right.
nurses took such
They're,
great care
they're
of
a
them.
different breed, aren't they?
Yeah.
They
Right.
just go to work. Okay, we've got
Yeah.
3 hours to get 19 babies and all that equipment across town. Let's go do it.
And that's tough during a normal, not to
Yeah.
mention during COVID time.
And although she did, Leah was talking about how she has 4 children, they were okay with her husband. There's not a mom alive who's not thinking, are they really okay?
Right.
You know, are they really all right? But they chose to, like, make sure that those babies
I hope
were
they
okay.
get more than cookies from
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, coming up next, we will change gears. Talk to you about a vacation in the backyard.
Oh.
You don't have to go far.